Hey guys, welcome to our Wednesday night call. I am so excited that you guys are on and you guys are here. First off, thank you to those that popped on and showed up. Team call should be a priority. They're every Wednesday night. I did post the May calendar. It's under the announcements in the team page, guys. I think the only time I don't have a team call scheduled is for the very last day of the month. Sometimes no, Kayla, you're fine. Sometimes I like to have those open if we just want to do a working call where we're all on pushing together to end the month strong. So if I do end up doing a call, I will make an announcement for that as well, guys. So make sure that you download that calendar, save it to your phone, check it out. If you need to know when we're having something, everything is on there. A couple things that were added. We are having a coach sneak peek, a 3-day sneak peek. I ran one last month. We had 4 coaches out of 30 that were in the group join, which I feel is like a really good number. And it might have been more if people would have invited. I think 3 people invited or actually like added people within the group. So the next coach sneak peek will be May 27th through May 29th. So those 3 days. And basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running these coach sneak peeks at the very end of each month. So it's setting you up for success for the following month. So don't depend on these sneak peeks to end your month strong. That's not the purpose of them. They're to set you up for the following month. So if you are new to the team and you're like, I don't know what a coach sneak peek is, it's basically, it's a 3-day group. It's held in a Facebook group. It'll be held in the same group every single month. So if you added people and you invited and they joined the last one, they'll stay in the group. That way the following month, maybe they didn't check out the information and they have a chance to check it out again. And I just post, I think it's 3 to 4 times a day. I popped in live in the last one. Emily popped in live in the last one as well. We share all the ins and outs about coaching. So it's not a place for new coaches to go to learn about coaching, but it's a place for prospects to learn about coaching. So as that gets closer, guys, I'll give you guys some ideas of some posts and whatnot of things that you can post into there. I did announce on the team page today, there is a new coach boot camp starting on Monday. This is something new that I am trying. If you are a coach that has signed up in the last 5 months, so January and before, and I'm going to emphasize on this, you are not Emerald and not hitting Success Club, then you need to join. Allison joined, and I was like, you don't need to be in here. You know all the information. And basically what I'm going to be doing, guys, is this is new. I haven't done this before. I'm trying something new out. I am all about trying new things to see if they work. I'm going to basically be going through the new coach welcome packet. I'll be going in live, adding in extra tips. There'll be 2 posts today. The training post for the 1 day, and then the second post will be just basically a check-in to see if you did your vital behaviors in your BAT. Please don't join this group if you don't intend on participating. I know life happens and maybe you won't be able to check in like every single day, but don't join and then disappear. Okay, does that make sense? All right, guys, so tonight we are going to talk about challenge groups. I think this is a very important topic, and I don't feel like we've done a topic on this before. And this isn't like really a training on challenge groups. It's more so like why you need to be running a challenge group. So give me just a second. I thought I had my slides up, and I don't. All right, I'm sorry. I still sound super nasally. Bill and I just cannot get over the sickness that Evelyn handed off to us. That was really sweet of her to give that to us. All right. I don't know how to get this to play. This happened last time. No. There we go. Allison, you're the only one on my screen. Can you see this? Good? Okay. All right, guys, let's talk about challenge groups. So challenge groups are the heartbeat of your business. If you have been a coach longer than like 2 months and you're not running a challenge group and you don't understand why you're not seeing success in your business, it's because you are not running a challenge group. They should be a non-negotiable in your business. When I first became a coach, I was in a challenge group prior. And when I use the word challenge group, guys, this could mean virtual gym because that's what I call mine. So maybe like, what's a challenge group? Virtual gym, accountability group, challenge groups. But for Beachbody purposes, we are calling them a challenge group. But I was in a challenge group prior to becoming a coach. And that's all I wanted to do when I became a coach. Like, I don't know why. I think it's so funny because it's like, I literally, the day I signed up, I asked my coach, like, can I run a challenge group? She's like, yeah, of course you can. And I did. I ran a challenge group. I didn't think anybody was going to join me. I was like, no one's going to join me. It's probably going to be like 2 people. I remember I had to put a cutoff on it because I had like 50 people in my first challenge group. And that is not necessarily the norm for everybody. I did have a huge transformation before I became a coach. I was a stubborn coach and did it backwards. So I had a lot of people that just wanted to join. So I'm going to go over a couple different types of challenge groups, and then I'm going to go over tips and resources, and then I'm going to answer any questions that you guys may have about challenge groups. So there are 2 different types of challenge groups. There is a free group where basically it's free. You don't require any purchase. Anybody can join. And then there are paid groups. I have done both. So the first group that we're going to talk about is a free group. I ran free groups for the first 3 years of my business. I really didn't know any better, and it's just the way that I ran my business. It's what worked for me. And I'll go into why I changed in just a second. So free groups, they can either be themed or non-themed. And there's occasionally where I still run free groups. I just did a 7-day spring into finish challenge group where it was just 7 days. It was different hip movements throughout the day, and it was a really basic, easy group. If you are a newer coach and you're like, well, I really want to do a free group, I want to build trust with those that aren't sure about joining it, you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be themed. It could just be a 30-day free accountability group. I do recommend setting an X amount of days and having a limit. And I would say no more than 30 days if you are doing a free for all type of fitness group. But make sure you set requirements for these free groups. So my requirements when I did run my free accountability groups that were like 30 days or whatnot is, 1, they had to have a game plan. So it was always like, if somebody was like, hey, I really want to join your accountability group, awesome. What's your game plan? Are you working out at a gym? Are you running every other day? Are you doing an at-home workout plan, or do you not have any sort of plan? If they said that they were working at a gym, awesome. If they said that they were running, awesome. If they were doing an at-home workout, awesome. If they said if they were just walking, I'm like, that's great, but not a plan. Or they didn't have a plan. I then introduced Beachbody to them. I was like, okay, well, awesome. If you don't have a plan, let's talk about your different options. I made sure every single person that came into my group had some sort of game plan, because if you have people coming into a free group and they have no game plan, what is the purpose of this group for them? How does it serve them? So that was my one requirement. They had to have some sort of game plan. My other thing is they could not be working with another coach. I am a huge stickler on this for 2 reasons. 1, they are under the other coach. If they are ordering products, then they need to go to that coach. At the end of the day, that coach is making money off of them, and they have the responsibility to help them. If their coach is not helping them, they do have the option to switch coaches. That is something I never put into another person's ear. If they come to me questioning, hey, I'm not active with my coach, and I've already told them, have you tried reaching out to them? Maybe try reaching out to them one more time. And they're like, nope, I want to switch. Fine. That's cool. The other thing I make in a requirement is, in these free groups, is no advertising of any kind outside of Beachbody products. I make it very known and very clear in the very beginning what my requirements are for the group. I have had people in the past when I ran these groups, they would come in and they would advertise It Works and Herbalife and things like that. And it's set out like in my rules when you join the group, there's always a welcome post, and I'll go over this with you guys. It always said no advertising of any kind. The first time you advertise and you break this rule, you're out. No questions asked. I was a stickler. At the end of the day, you still have to protect yourself, and you still have to remember you are a Beachbody coach. That is what you are. Those are the products that you should be recommending. So if you have other people coming into your group talking about other protein shakes and other pre-workouts and all these other things, that doesn't help you as a coach. So make sure you have your requirements laid out ahead of time and you make them known. So by doing these free groups, 1, if they don't have a game plan, now you can introduce Beachbody. 2, you're building trust with other people. I still run, like I said, free groups occasionally, and the ones that I do, they're about every 3 months, and they're 7 to 14 days, no more than that. And it's to help build my network. It's to help build my market and possibly have new challengers join me in my paid group. AKA not a free group. So my paid group is what I call my virtual gym. If you are in my downline, or if you are one of my personally sponsored coaches and you are not in my virtual gym, please let me know. You can either put in the chat and I'll write it down. You can message me when we get off the call so you can see how I run my virtual gym. And I will show you guys a share screen for those that aren't my personally sponsored coaches to see how I run mine as well. So my paid group, I have one requirement. You have to have BOD. I have now opened it up to my UPF people because they do have access to the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme real time. But at the bare minimum, they have to have BOD and doing a Beachbody program. Yes, they can incorporate running or going to the gym or doing CrossFit, but they still have to be doing some sort of Beachbody program throughout the week. That is my bare minimum. Most of the time, my people entering in my virtual gym are purchasing a challenge pack. We talked about this on a call a couple weeks ago. I think it was the inviting call. As a coach, if you are only offering the cheapest option, you do not believe in what we have to offer because you are giving them the bare minimum option. I always start off with a challenge pack because it's the whole package. It's Shakeology or the Performance Line and Beachbody On Demand. It is the entire package. And then I go down. You should always be starting from the top and then working your way down. I've run my groups differently in the past. My virtual gym, you can do whatever Beachbody program that you want. What I have found in the past, and all the information I'm giving you, is from my personal knowledge, what I've done, what's worked for me. When I have done a one required program for everybody, 9 out of 10 times the group fails unless it's a new release. So like we had a group specifically for those doing Transform 20. We had a group specifically doing that lift. And I'll have a group specifically for people doing MM100. But what I have found is if you're trying to be like, for example, hey, I'm starting a new challenge group. We're all doing 80-day obsession. Who wants to join? You may have nobody join because 80-day obsession may not be the program for them. They may not have 60 minutes a day to commit to doing a workout with bands and loops. Like that may not be the program for them. So I open it up to any program that they want to do within Beachbody because I fully believe you have to find the program that works for you. Little tangent. That's why when somebody's like, well, what do you think is a good program for a beginner? The one you're going to finish. I don't think there's one such program that's perfect for anybody. That's the perfect beginner program. I don't believe in that. It's going to be the program that you're going to finish. The first program I did was Turbo Fire. That is not the easiest program in the books, but it's the one I finished. Another tip with your paid group, guys, is it ongoing? Does it have an end date? So in the past, I always started a new group every 30 days. And oh my gosh, it was so freaking tedious. And then all I had was a week or 2 weeks to invite to this group. And then I had 2 weeks in the middle of the month. I'm like, well, I have nothing to invite to because this new group is starting and it's already started and now they can't join. And remember, guys, if you have any questions or you have any feedback or anything that you're hearing from the call, utilize the chat bar. Guys, feel free to chat with one another during the team call. And it was just tedious. And I got sick of starting and opening the same groups and moving people over and starting new relationships. It was tedious. So now I do an ongoing group. My group never ends. Never. And I'll show you guys again my group. Every month I update the cover photo. I'm working on it right now. Sometimes I change the name of it. Sometimes I don't. It just depends. And then something I'm going to start incorporating into it is having a different challenge every single month. Maybe 1 month it's a hit challenge a different hit move that they do every single day. Maybe another month it's squats, something like that. It's just to keep the group fresh and exciting. So the thing you need to decide is what type of group are you going to run? Are you going to do a free group or are you going to do a paid group? So my tips for running your challenge groups, guys, and I do talk about how to get started. Make your cover fun. So I'll show you guys the ones that I use and I'll show you how I make them as well, because I think a lot of people think it's hard to make graphics and it's really not. Make your expectations known right off of the bat. So in my virtual gym, again, I will show this to you guys. I have mine is set as a social learning group, just like our team page. So there are units within the virtual gym, and I have how expectations getting started, and expectations are set out from the beginning. If you do not make the expectations known of what you want out of the group, you can't be upset when people aren't posting. So my expectations for my group are that you check in once a day. If you don't want to do a selfie, you don't have to do a selfie, but you have to check in at least once a day. You're either working out, you're drinking water, making a shake, or eating food. once a day. And you have to comment on somebody else's post. It can't just be crickets in your group. That's also why, which I'll talk about, you have to make sure you're commenting on their post as well. If you are having an ongoing group that never ends, make sure you have a welcome intro post that you have pinned to the top in the announcements. That's what I have in mind. It tells them how to get started, where to go, and to introduce themselves within their group. Because when you come new into this group, I have almost 100 people in our group. You're like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. Well, then you would get to introduce yourself, and now people are getting to know you, and they're going to recognize your name, and they're going to recognize your selfies, and they're going to want to be a part of your journey. So make sure you have that welcome post and that intro post in there as well. And then you can have a fun name for the group. I think my current one is called Spring into Fitness, Fall into Fitness. There's so many names that you can choose from, or you can just call it Virtual Gym. If you don't want to come up with a creative name, you don't have to. All right. You better show up, guys. So I cannot stress this enough. If you have people join you, whether, I don't care if it's paid or free, and you are not posting in there daily and you are disappearing on people, people are not going to trust you. I was watching another coach's story, and they asked him a question on how they've become so successful. And she said, I've never disappeared, because the moment you disappear, all trust goes out the window. Think of a time that somebody broke your trust, that you no longer trusted them. Were you able to rebuild their trust? Or were they able to rebuild your trust, or are you still weary of them? It's going to be the same way with your customers, with your challengers, with your coaches, with the people that are in these groups. You cannot go rogue. So you better show the F up in your challenge group. So this is a picture that I posted the other day in my challenge group. I showed up. Even for the first 40 days that I couldn't post more than 15 seconds of a clip and literally couldn't talk about the workout that I was doing, I would just simply come in and say, workout that I can't talk about is complete. And that's what I would post. If you want your challengers to show up, you have to show up as well. That means sharing your food, sharing your water, sharing your shake, sharing your Energize, sharing those non-scale victories. You have to show up, and you have to cheer your people on. Every single night, I lay in bed and I check in on my challengers. I make sure I answer any questions that they have. If a post goes without a comment, I do my best to get on there and comment. You need to show up. You want to get to the point that if you haven't showed up by a certain time in the day, people are calling you out like, are you okay? What's going on? Where are you at? But you got to show up, guys, okay? Provide resources. Whether it's free or it's paid, you need to provide valuable resources to the people that are joining their group. If it's a paid group, they've invested in you, so you need to invest in them. Recipes, daily tips, challenges, resources that you find, going live to answer questions, things like that. Provide them resources. And I'll show you how I provide resources on mine in just a second. So you're like, okay, great, Ashley, this is awesome. Now, how do I get started? One, announce that you're starting a group on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever platform of social media that you are using, and include a picture of yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Please do not use stock photos. Don't use them. Use a picture of you, whether it's a sweaty selfie, whether it's a side-by-side. And a pro tip, if you ever do a side-by-side, your before should always be on your left and your after should always be on your right. Just a pro tip. So here's an announcement that I did on Instagram, and I probably posted on I know I posted on Facebook as well. And it said, my virtual gym is opening up the doors for this month, and I'm looking for motivated ladies to join us next week. What do you get when you commit? Access to hundreds of workouts and a customized plan built around what you need. Meal plans, recipes, resources to help you stay on track. Support and accountability from women just like you. Our virtual gym is nearly 100 strong, but there's always more room for those that want to get started. If you've been sitting and watching, if you've been sitting and watching, if you've been sitting and waiting, maybe right now is the time. Comment below, let me know. Simple invite. Simple invite. Now I'm going to hear from people. Well, I've tried to do a challenge group in the past, but nobody responded, so I don't do them anymore. That is a weak excuse. I have had challenge groups flop, guys. I have had challenge groups that were awful. That like literally I was like, oh my God, this is so draining that I just shut them down. I'm like, all right, y'all, like I'm not going to like force you guys to comment, but I'm shutting this group down. I've done it. You may have groups like that. That is okay. When you have a failing group, you fail forward. If you stop, then what are you inviting to on a daily basis? It's just like if you're like, well, I invite, but nobody says yes. Do you quit inviting? You probably do, but you shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. So you may have nobody respond to a post it again. If you are having a group that's a free group and it has an end date, set a game plan. How long are you going to invite for? When is the last day to join? What do they have to commit with? All of those things. So what I'm going to do real quick, guys, is I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to show you guys my virtual gym. I don't think anybody in there is going to really care if you see. Oh, where's my thing? All right, so this is my virtual gym, guys. This is my cover photo, which I'm actually in the midst of changing. So when you come into the virtual gym, this is the first post that you see. It's the welcome to my virtual fit squad. Sorry, I got somebody. Try this again. Sorry, there's background noise. So this is the post that I talk about what they're going to see, what they have, and in adding themselves. And then if you go into the units section right here, I've got welcome to the virtual gym. I've got welcomes and expectations. I talk about what nutrition plan are they following? Are they doing UPF? Are they doing 2B? Are they doing their own thing? And if they are doing their own thing, I want to know about it. The Shakeology, performance line, and supplements. And even in here, I have how to cancel or skip it. I do not remind people when their auto ship is coming. That's not my job. Everybody is an adult, so I do not remind people. I don't. So if they come into the group, it's right here, and they saw it. I talk about how they can access Beachbody on demand, how to do the before stats, because a lot of people are like, I don't really know how to do my before stats. What should I do? So I talk about taking your before weight, taking photos, showing what photos they should take, things like that. I talk about a little bit of personal development, and a lot of this may sound familiar if you listen to the live video that Amy Grasso did. This is exactly how she does hers, and she has amazing success. I have a recipe section that I am building currently. I just added this a couple weeks ago. And if people add recipes within the group, I add them to the units. So somebody shared this Korean, nope, I shared that. Somebody shared like this spaghetti squash lasagna and this banana boats. I added them to the units. I have a Shakeology one that I'm doing, and I'm actually going to be making an album here soon that has other recipes. And then I have websites, things that I found this website has like really amazing recipes, so I wanted to share it. And this is the group, guys. Like, it's lively. Like right now we have a stop and chug. It's missing somewhere. And I just do things like this, like stop, drop, and chug, share a selfie below. Things like that. I just added files. You can find resources. So I just added resources like a workout calendar, a meal planner, if they have containers, no containers. Remind you, like, this group is people that have invested in me as their coach, have invested in me as with a challenge pack. So I'm going to make sure that I am providing all the resources that they need to be successful. And that is what this group is for. I do not tag people when they disappear. Again, that is not my job. My job is to be there for them if they are showing up. I just added it, Sarah. You're good. I literally just added it before this call. I used to tag people. I used to go through and see how many people had posted and when the last time they were posting, and then I would tag them like, hey, you need to post. That's not my job. Just like how with you guys, like I always say this to the team now, I want CEOs, I don't want employees. That's why I don't tag you guys if you don't do a training, if you don't participate in a call to action. I want the people that are going to show up. At the end of the day, we are all adults, and you have to value your time. When I have a group of 100 people and I'm sitting here trying to search the last time that they posted, do you know how much time that takes? A lot of time. So I quit doing that. But you have to be running challenge groups. So out of a show of hands, how many of you on this call are running your own challenge group? Emily, Nicole, Lisa, Heather, Ashley, myself. Okay. Allison, sorry. Allison, you're in the dark, so it's like a little, this is the other thing in case somebody asked. I do not allow coaches to run challenge groups with me anymore. And this is the reason why. And I talked about this on the new coach call. I am a tough love coach. Emily may not be a tough love coach. Like Emily may be like a coddle type coach. I don't know how Emily runs her virtual gyms. Like I'm just using this as an example. So say I allowed Emily to add her people into the group and they're used to Emily's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Personality. And then they come into my group and I'm in there like, get your shit together. Like, what do you mean you can't work out? Like, yes, you can work out. Are you dying? No. Are you bleeding? No. Okay, perfect. Go work out. That may not be how Emily is. So her person may get very turned off very quickly. So that is why I quit allowing coaches to add their people. They picked you as their coach. They didn't pick me. They picked you. So you may have a challenge group that maybe only has 2 or 3 people in it. That is okay. It will grow with time. I promise you it'll grow with time, but you have to be doing them. It gives you something to invite to. It's a way to build trust. So what I'm going to do is I will upload some files into the team page for people that want like a free group that want a way to build trust. It'll have all the content that you need, the graphics, the the content, like what you need to run your group. But they're not hard to do, guys. They're really not. It's literally just you showing up every single day and sharing your workouts the same way. Does anybody have any questions about challenge groups? Anybody that's running theirs, Nicole, Emily, Lisa, Ashley, that you have anything to add in? I'm hoping I don't start getting a coughing fit. Let me see if I missed any questions. I'm driving some. And you know, people are going to become quiet. I've got a couple people. I probably have like 20 people in my group that don't post. They'll be back. They'll be back when they're ready. And that's just where, again, you got to make sure you're showing up every single day. Yeah, my virtual gym never closes, Ashley. It's open all year round. And I do change the name occasionally. I know a couple of you are in there. I think right now it's just called Spring Into Fitness. And I'm not going to lie, guys. So I, in March, completely shut down my other one because I was sick of having to chase people and beg people to post. So I made a brand new one and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, you're in here because you wanted to be in here. So I need you to show up. So I made a whole new one. I said, if you want to join this new one, awesome. But if you're joining it, you're going to show up. And if you don't, that's cool. I'll be here when you're ready. I have people that come and go randomly. And maybe it's just not the season of their life and they cannot focus on their health and fitness right now. And that's totally okay. I get it. If I have somebody leave, I let them know. As long as they have FOD, they're always welcome back when they are ready to join again. Sometimes you have to meet people in the middle and just let them know, like, you're there for them. And right now may not be the right time, and that's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think it's hard. Sometimes it gets hard for us because we know that the programs get people results, right? We know that. We are all testaments to that, except they only get people results if they do it, right? If they do the program. And we can't be there beating someone with a stick to do the program. So we can only do so much. So I guess, and my group is not at all set up like how yours is, Ashley, with all the units and things. And I was like, man, that would be great. Like I do recipes and that kind of stuff, but like probably it's better to set up in units and just be like, okay, like I'm going to give you everything, all the tools you need. You got BOD, right? You got the meal plans. You've got, let's say, the container system if they go UPF, plus all of these units in the group. Like, you have all the resources you could possibly need. Do the work. Yeah. Do the work, you know?
I'm trying to think where I heard it one time. I think Autumn may have talked about in her story where there's always somebody, well, Beachbody doesn't work. It doesn't work because you didn't put in the work. It's not like we have some magic pill. It's literally working out and eating clean. And that's why when Amy did that live, if you guys search in the team page, Amy Grasso, Grasso, she did a live for us. She also did a national wake up call, guys, about the same exact topic. And this is how she runs hers. And it just spoke to me because, like Emily said, we should not have to be beating them with the stick. And when we are beating them with the stick, are they really wanting it then? Or are we just really wanting it for them? Like, does that make sense? Like, you want them to want it for themselves, so you want them to show up. And if you guys want, just let me know in the chats if you want me to share the units and everything that I haven't. Emily's like, yes, please. I will do that for you guys. I'll do that. And then the other thing I'm going to show you guys, Ashley's like, share. Amy was supposed to share. Amy did not share. I made my own. I made my own. The only thing I don't have anything for is personal development, because y'all know I don't do personal development. So maybe Emily can help me with that aspect of setting up the personal development part of it. Well, give and pull. So the other thing I'm going to show you guys, so stick with me for just a second, guys. And then what I'll do is I'll let you guys know when I show Canva. That way, if you don't want to see how to do Canva, like, you can just pop off really quickly. So all of my challenge groups that I do that are free, notice the free word, they come from this shop. Her name is Danielle. It's this shop, guys. I'll share it in the comments. She has a ton of resources, a ton of them. So this is where a lot of my free groups come from. And I will upload my group, some of the ones that I have in the group. So if you're looking for like a mini challenge, if you just want something quick to do, if you just want to run like a free 14-day squat guide, she has the graphics made for you. I believe in your time. Your time is worth money. I don't love making graphics at all times. I don't like coming up with different things. So like you can see, like, she has like day 1, 20 reps for each of this. And then obviously you have to come up with the content for that group. Some of the other ones, and some of them are expensive, guys, because she does give you a lot of stuff into them. Like I said, I do have some of these. Okay. Where is, like, she's got like a 28 summer shred, a 7-day spring into shape group, which I just did, guys. So this is another great resources that you guys can use. I actually just purchased this and I posted it in the challenge group, but it's just called generic challenge group sheets. And I actually purchased it and then uploaded it to my group, but it's just like daily activities, weekly meal planner, workout calendar, things like this. But it's resources like that that can be really beneficial to your group. So yeah, I will share that away. So I'm going to show you guys now how to utilize Canva. If you don't want to stay on, you don't have to stay on. You can pop off, but this is how I make the graphics for my group. So I use Canva, guys, for everything, literally for everything. It's canva.com. You can do paid or you can do free. I don't know the exact measurements that I use. I will figure it out though, guys. And I will, again, I will add it to the group. I don't know if I hit resize. Maybe it'll tell me. It doesn't tell me. I'll figure it out. So this is basically, I always just have one graphic. So this is my graphic. You can upload all of your pictures that you want to Canva. As you can see, I have tons of pictures. So the one that I actually just made, I'm working on right now. This little pineapple dude is the one that I just made. So I'm going to walk you guys through how I made it. So super simple. You're just going to drag whatever graphic that you want. You can find them on YouTube, or not YouTube, I'm sorry, Google. I'm going to flip that little dude because I like him on the other side because I'm weird like that, and I'm going to arrange him to the back. Super simple. Super simple. Super simple. Super simple. Elements you can add. So like I usually just do a shape. That's where this little guy came from. So it's just a shape. He's white. It's a white shape. I'm going to make it yellow. I want it to pop out a little. And then you can do the transparency. And it's things like this, guys, that you want to make sure you're learning how to do simple things like this. Because as weird as it sounds, graphics can really, it makes a difference to people. It sounds silly, but it makes a difference to people. So Lemon Tuesday is like my go-to font. So I'm just going to call this May Virtual Gym. Simple as that. May Virtual Gym. Done. And then you can put a little slogan on the bottom, stronger together, fit community, things like this. And then all you do is you just download it. Canva is really simple to use, guys. If you just take the time and and by time, 30 minutes tops, y'all. 30 minutes tops to figure out how to use that. Again, I will upload any graphics that I have that you may want to use. You guys know I am all about sharing. Sharing is caring in my world. Yeah, it may have it. I have such a hard time with the sizing of the Facebook cover photo sometimes. It's been so wonky lately. So utilize that link that Sarah posted. Sarah, can you post that in the team page? Because once this call is done, you can't access the chat anymore. Does anybody have any questions about challenge groups? Are we feeling confident? Like my newer coaches, do you feel confident? Like maybe confident's not the right word because you're like, hell no, I don't feel confident. Do you feel like you've got the tools to go and run one? Like, do you feel, okay. I will upload all of those resources. I'm going to maybe restart Grace tonight. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But I will work on getting all of that stuff uploaded and into the team page, and share as much of what as I can. If you are a newer coach and you're like, hey, Ashley, can you just be in my group just to like see how it's going for the first week? Or you want to see if you have it all set up before you get started, just message me. I would be more than happy to join and make sure things are good to go. You can even team up with another coach to run a group, but this is the only thing about teaming up with another coach. That other coach may ghost and may disappear. And then it's on you to keep the group going. So I usually just recommend if it's like an ongoing group that you're going to be doing, just do it by yourself. Okay. Free groups, I'm always letting you guys invite to the free groups because they're like 7-day challenges, things like that. But it's just, oh, look at that little baby. Mine was fighting sleep tonight like a mother. So yeah, that's what I have, guys. So we have a Emerald call on the 20th, a push to Emerald call. Tonight is Wednesday, guys. Make sure everything is good to go in your Coach Online office. Tomorrow is rank up day if you're pushing for a new rank and all that fun stuff. If you have not gotten your summit ticket, get your summit ticket. If you want to go on the team retreat and you have not applied to go on the team retreat, please apply to go on the team retreat. We have 7 spots open, and I'll start looking through those that have applied here pretty soon. It's in Orlando, Florida. We'll be going to Disney for a day if you want to go. You don't have to go. You can hang out by the pool if you don't want to go. But I am freaking ecstatic. Even if I'm going by myself, I'm going to Disney. So yeah, that's what I got, guys. Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. I truly appreciate it. There is no call to action. I just want you guys to utilize the resources that I will be working on to get into the team page to get you guys, like, your groups all set up and going. So if you have any questions, post them in the team page and I will reply in there. You guys, wait, don't go anywhere. I have to post this on Instagram. Hold that thought. We're going to do a boomerang. If you guys don't know what a boomerang is, you have to move. You can't just pose in the picture, okay? And if you have not posted about the team call on Instagram stories, you should. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. I think I got the boomerang. Why is Insta stories being such a bee lately? I don't know if it's a female, but I'm calling her a bee. Okay, I did a horrible job. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's much better. I was like moving my phone. Like, what was I doing with my life? All right, you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Good night, guys.